Kogi in Focus, your weekly update of happenings in and around Kogi, Nigeria's confluent state. I am Khadijat Mohammed. In today's package, Kogi state government sets up community policing committee. Female journalists and Human Rights Commission in joint call for justice for rape victims. Kogi governor clocks 45 on a sad note as one of his closest aides dies. More on this when we return. Don't go away. Welcome back. The Kogi state government has set up a community policing committee. Deputy Governor Edward Onoja, who represented the governor at the inauguration of the committee in Lokoja, said the idea is to make the state increasingly uncomfortable for criminals.
The setting up of the committee was no doubt informed by recent security threats to the state from armed robbers, kidnappers, herdsmen, and the recent communal clashes. The committee, co-chaired by the Commissioner for Police, Ayuba Ede, and the Ata Igala, are to work in collaboration with traditional and religious leaders. Civil society groups and other security agents were charged to give the assignment their best.
We are here because we have agreed, consultations were made from the high level up to the lowest level, and people believe that this program, if we follow it religiously, we are going to have less of criminality in our society and everybody will be better for it.
The Deputy Governor promised the committee the state government's full support.
Being part of the security architecture in ensuring that when you see something, you say something to appropriate channels and quarters come to bear. His Excellency is ever committed to partnering with the security agencies, especially the Nigerian police force, to secure lives and properties within Kogi State.
The Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, represented by his deputy D.I. Shehu, said community policing is fast becoming a more effective means of crime fighting and prevention.
The community policing, they are to assist us in managing and getting proper information. Information that is reliable, not information that is fake. Information that can assist us and lead us in ensuring the security and safety of everybody in society.
Traditional leaders and security advisors also harped on the benefits of community policing.
We appreciate one group of people today, the SSA security in the local government. The kind of arrest we've gotten in the state working with security agencies in the last 3 weeks, I think we must applaud what you people are doing.
We also realize that in the absence of the police or any other security agencies who have not let the state down or the nation down, we promise to do our best so that we reduce crime to its barest minimum in the state.
The committee members selected from the 3 senatorial zones pledged to use their experience and resourcefulness to perform in line with the high level of expectation from the government and the people of the state.
The Kogi state government has debunked rumors spreading on the social media that it has directed schools to resume on the 15th of June 2020. A report on social media had alleged that the executive chairman, Kogi State Science, Technical Education and Teaching Service Commission, Cecilia Koch, directed schools principals and teachers to resume on that date. In a swift reaction, the commission's executive chairman described the rumor as the handiwork of mischief makers. Koch, who spoke through the information officer of the commission, Onigaya Alfred Talabi, said the commission does not have the power to direct schools to reopen without the permission of the Federal Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. Staff of the National Human Rights Commission and their supporters took to the streets of the Kogi state capital, Lokoja, to voice their displeasure at Nigeria's growing rape problem and called for stiff penalties for convicted offenders. The state coordinator of the commission, Musa Muhammad Nuhu, who led the sensitization roadwork, said the commission is prepared to tackle the issue head-on. The body, National Human Rights Commission, and Kogi State NGO Network in their number visited the police command, Office of the First Lady, the judiciary, and other relevant agencies in the state for possible collaboration to fight against rape.
In any given family, have sister, mother, daughter, grandma, mention but few. They are no longer safe. It's becoming another epidemic on its own. We have it's like we're having two major pandemics now. The COVID-19 pandemic issue as well as the rape issue. So we cannot even cope with COVID-19 issue, not how much more addition of rape. You know, it's a thing of concern that calls for a wake-up that everybody, individual, body, corporate body, you and I, we should try by all means in our own quarters to see how we can put an end to it.
We are not only talking about prosecution, because from the civil society angle, we are looking at the root cause. So we are looking at the root cause, things like the current use of the slangs, Malians, no manner, young people going into drugs, alcoholism. These are root cause why we are having increase in the number of rape cases.
The State Police Command Commissioner, Ede Ayuba, described the visit as timely and assured the group of the police support.
This rape is not a new crime. It has been with us. But the problem we are having now is that the rate at which it is occurring is very alarming. The Inspector General of Police, for those of us who have been following the media, gave some figures that within the past 5 months, we have recorded about 717 rape cases. Here too, in Kogi, I will not be able to tell you the exact figure because even as yesterday we recorded another one. But we also are against it, and we are out to enforce the law that says that offense, that act is an offense, and we'll continue to see it as an offense.
The First Lady Office, the Senior Special Assistant to Governor's wife, Rashida Bello, on administration, Victor Oke, commended the group and promised the government support to join in the fight against sexual abuse.
Her Excellency says that it all begins from the family unit, where parents have a very big role to play in letting their children know, the male children know, that rape has no place in our society. And also letting the female kids know where to go, where not to go, who is an uncle, who is actually not an uncle. The neighbor's house that they mustn't enter alone. The family has all of these roles. The parents have all of these roles to play. Her Excellency also has requested that I put on record that religious leaders also have a very big role to play in issues related to women abuse, rape, and other related offenses. Rape is a far departure from our religious practices. Be you a Christian, be you a Muslim.
Others also commented.
The problem we are facing in the state is that these issues is not that it's not there, it's there. But many people are afraid, the victims are afraid to speak out because of the effects on their lives and the society in which they live. So we want to join hands with us to see that these people speak out.
The group called on the Ministry of Justice to facilitate the quick passage of the VAP bill that had passed through second reading in the State Assembly. They said if passed into law, victims will get the desired justice and perpetrators be made to suffer the consequences. There are strong indications that local government council elections in Kogi State may hold in September this year, just as the chairman, Kogi State Independent Electoral Commission, Maman Indaeri, is set to collaborate with other agencies in the state. It was reliably gathered that the state governor, Yahaya Bello, gave the State Electoral Commission chairman approval to fix a date for the local government council elections and to also meet with all political stakeholders. Sources close to the commission further disclosed that the commission fixed September for the council polls, with the date to be announced to the general public by the end of June. A socio-cultural group in Kogi State, Arise Igala Grassroot, has said the Ata Igala, His Royal Highness Michael Idako Ame Oboni II, is more interested in the peaceful coexistence of the people of the state, saying the judgment ceding some areas to Igala Kingdom was to set some records straight. In a statement signed by Onoja Opanachi, president of the group, expressed regret that the channel's television report of Sunday, June 14, 2020, which failed to call for unity, peace, and proper education of the people, was jettisoned. He noted that what the police has done with the case and the eventual judgment was to set the record straight, saying that the evidence tendered did the job and history is being corrected. Opanachi said Igalas and Ebiras have never been enemies, adding that the Igala Kingdom has always provided leadership and protection to many ethnic groups of the Great Kwararafa Kingdom, including Ebiras. So, in setting the record straight, the mission ahead should be geared towards restoration, peace, unity, and progress of the people and the state. Relief has come the way of IGAHACHI community as a high court sitting in Kotonkarfi has delivered judgment in their favor as the true owners of IGAHACHI land stretching towards Ibara in Oworo district of Lokoja local government area of the state. Delivering his judgment, Justice Alaba Omolaye Ajilaye, in a suit brought before it by Benjamin Irewa and Godwin Boy Irewa for themselves and on behalf of the Ibara Oworo community as claimants, ruled in favor of IGAHACHI community. Ibara land is a land which northwards share a boundary with Ibonla community at Okuwa Aboru, and to the south, the land terminates at Meme Stream, while to the east, the land is sharing boundary with Isheba, Felele community at a boundary called Apata Okuwa Aburo, and to the west, the land shares boundary with IGAHACHI at Aho Apame Stream, Uwa Agidima, Abaro and Apami Eho streams, which terminate into Meme Stream. Justice Ajileye declared that the defendants were able to prove through positive and numerous evidences that they are the true owners of IGAHACHI land. In a similar development, the Oworo Foundation says it notes with dismay the judgment delivered by the Federal High Court of Nigeria, sitting at Lokoja, which upheld the claim of ownership and overlordship by the Ata of Igala over the land along the Niger-Benue River since 1841 and the collection of loyalties and tributes from the inhabitants of the land. The foundation in the statement described the claim by the Ata of Igala as unfounded, mischievous, and inconsistent with the history of the Oworo people, who are aboriginal inhabitants of the Niger-Benue confluence area. The statement further claimed that the Oworo people, who are the first settlers of Lokoja area pre-1841, never paid any tribute or loyalty to the Ata of Igala, and any act of purported sale or transaction in respect of the land is tantamount to stealing and land speculation. It was described as unfortunate that at this critical period that Nigeria is grappling with issues of ethnicity and how to forge unity among the diverse ethnic groups. The Federal High Court judgment has come with the capacity of dealing a huge blow on these efforts, thereby deepening the already existing ethnic lines. The Kogi state government says it is in the process of redesigning the state security architecture to restore the confidence of the people. The Commissioner for Finance and Budget Planning, Asiwaju Asiru Idris, in a press statement issued, described as unfortunate the brazen attacks by gunmen within days in Isolu and along Lokoja Abuja Road. In an interactive session as the personality on Patriots chat on the Oku Patriots platform, he described the sad incidents as a devastating personal loss, saying Governor Yahaya Bello is not a man who shies away from challenges and is resolved to restore the confidence of Kogites in the ability of government to guarantee the security of lives and property. Asiwaju promised a marked improvement in the security situation in the coming weeks, adding that the pre-GYB era in times of security of lives and property is more brutal, heinous and porous when compared with the commendable milestones achieved under the present administration. On the concerns expressed by some individuals on the debt status of the state, Asiwaju Asiru Idris declared that Kogi state debt is sustainable as its debt sustainability analysis at the end of the 2019 financial year is 110.5%, and the fiscal sustainability plan recommended 250%, while the World Bank recommended 140%. Asiwaju Asiru Idris said the bailout and refunds received were used for specific purposes, with disbursements published in line with the state government's commitment to probity and accountability. On the complaints that trailed the civil servants screening exercise conducted some time ago by the state government, Asiwaju Idris said this is no surprise as issues come up every day because the civil service is a continuum. He said it is a miscarriage of judgment to say nothing tangible has been done positively in that regard or call the benefits of the exercise a mirage. On the plight of pensioners in the state, the Commissioner for Finance said those cleared have been paid last month, with a request for details of any pensioner yet to be paid, while expressing the government's desire to clear all pension-related debts and backlogs as the finances of the state improves. Kogi State Government has collaborated with Oil Palm Plantation Development Advocacy Network to provide soft loan for state civil servants to invest in oil palm plantation, which will serve as a means of revenue generation after retirement. The president of the NGO, Idoko Joseph, said the aim of the organization is to help the civil servants live well after service.
The president of Oil Palm Plantation Development Advocates Network, OPPDAN NGO, Ndoko Joseph, said the aim of the organization is to help the civil servant into agriculture. He said after their retirement, they can have a reliable means of financial resources to meet their needs.
As at today, we have available for our use about 5,000 hectares of land, which we have not cleared. Okay, clearing has been a problem for us. Even the last time I came here to meet the Honorable Commissioner, the issue we trashed out was about this clearing. Okay, D7s and D8s are not available, and by the time you go out, they are requesting for about 180 to 200,000 per day work. There is no individual that will go into farming and spend this much money. So we need government, at least, to be of assistance to us, particularly in areas of land clearing.
With cashew in Kogi, with cassava, and then with this oil palm, I believe that this is one of the best things that is happening to us, and one of the best legacy that this administration will be remembered for is this program of oil palm plantation. That is a legacy.
Joseph advised youth to also get involved. Commissioner for Agric, David Ape, who commended their effort this far, promised the NGO of government preparedness to support any idea that could transform the standard living of the people, especially through agricultural projects.
But here is a situation, very laudable project like this. If you have the details, I think we should be happy that we are having it in the state. You retire, You are not going to be idle, not just subsistence farming. You are going into a very lucrative venture that is going to be provided by this NGO. To reiterate again that the state government is happy with anybody, whether NGO, any investor that will come to help us drive agriculture further.
David also said it will be a development for the state to create employment security, food and food exports to another country. He appreciated the effort of President Muhammadu Buhari on agriculture. Members of the visiting team are Justice Ibrahim Shaibu, Chairman Board of Directors Melele Nigeria Limited, and Joshua Apoche, GM Melele Nigeria Limited. They urge the people not to be discouraged, that is not a scam, and that civil servants should grab this opportunity to invest by participating in all stages. Esther Joseph, reporting for Kogi in Focus, Lokoja.
Happy 70th birthday to our Amazon and icon, Professor Okatahi Angela. Professor Angela Orem Okatahi was born 1st of June 1950.
Professor Angela Orem Okatahi was born 1st June 1950. She had her primary education at Roman Catholic School, Okene, and Holy Rosary Boarding Primary School, Ida, between 1957 and 1963. She moved to Holy Rosary College, Ida, in 1964 for a 5-year teacher's training. She graduated from the college with distinctions in 8 subjects and came second position in Old Kwara State in 1968. She started her career as a grade 2 teacher at Roman Catholic School, Oboroke Ihima, in Okehi local government area, then Kwara State, now Kogi State, in 1969. Thereafter, she taught in Roman Catholic School, Okene, St. Paul Primary School, Kaba, Kogi State. She proceeded to Advanced Teachers College, FCE Kano, in 1972 and graduated in 1975 with distinctions in English language and history. With motivation from her father, her personal desire and support of her husband and mother, she proceeded to higher institutions. In 1979, she obtained BA ED English and MED Educational Psychology from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, in 1979 and 1981 respectively. She went further to Kansas State University, Manhattan, US, to obtain a PhD in Educational Psychology in 1984. She became the first female in Iberland to obtain a PhD degree in any academic discipline. Professor Angela Oremu Okatahi got married to late Reverend Dr. Stephen Okatahi in holy matrimony in 1970 and blessed with 5 biological children, 6 adopted, and 11 grandchildren. She began her university academic career in 1980 as a graduate assistant in Ahmadu Bello University, ABU Zaria, and moved to University of Abuja in 2008. She rose through the rank and file to Professor of Educational Psychology in 2006, the first female in Iberland. Within the space of her 40 years in the university, she produced 54 postgraduate students and mentored a number of people, some of who are professors and senior administrators in various institutions and organizations. In her 51 years of teaching career, she has produced and touched the lives of Controller General, retired generals, and many other professionals of high ranks. Wherever she went, north, north central, east, south, south, and west in Nigeria, she says someone walked to her and said, "Ma, you taught me in 1971, 1975, 1981, 1988, 1993, 2000, and 2010, etc., etc." For her, this earthly reward cannot be quantified. She has many national and international research publications to her credit. She held numerous leadership positions in the universities, including deanship. Her services extended to other federal parastatals, which include board membership. She was one of the 8 pioneer members of Kogi State Government Council in 1992 when she was appointed special advisor. She was given the responsibility of establishing Kogi State Polytechnic, which she did creditably. She is also a member of professional associations, religious groups, international, regional fora, and social groups. Community services under Okatahi Foundations include award of scholarship to indigent students and empowerment of youths and widows. The numerous awards and chieftaincy titles she received include Ometere of Ibiraland Daudu by the Council of Chiefs in Kogi Central in 1996, Oniwaji Erago chieftaincy title by St. Paul's Anglican Church Daosa Okene in 2010, Merit Award by the Daosa of Okene Anglican Communion in recognition of her inestimable support and contribution to the development and growth of the Gospel of Jesus Christ in Daosa of Okene, Diamond International Educational Services Award for sterling contributions to the educational industry in Nigeria and in particular in the area of training and development of teachers in 2010. Senior Academics Association Merit Award for Excellence in Academics Research 2012. Soladat Group of Schools Award of Excellence in recognition of care for needy youths of Ibiraland through award of scholarships. Ibira People's Association EPA Award in recognition of outstanding contribution in the growth of Ibiraland 2018. Her hobby include cooking and visitation. Happy 70th birthday, Professor Angela Okatahi.
May God's blessing over you never depart. Wish you many happy returns, our first female to obtain PhD and become professor in Ibiraland. Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello turned 45 on the 18th of June 2020. President Muhammadu Buhari celebrated him, described him as an epitome of loyalty and solid commitment to the growth of the All Progressive Congress, APC, from its infancy. The president's message to Governor Bello was contained in a congratulatory letter signed by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu. President Buhari said he is proud of Governor Bello, describing him as a remarkable party man who deserves to be celebrated. It was a long list of dignitaries who sent congratulatory messages to celebrate the 45th birthday of Governor Yahaya Bello. Messages from the Deputy Governor Edward Onoja, Speaker of the State House of Assembly Matthew Kolawole, Secretary to the State Government Ayo Ade, Folashade are just some of the names that openly felicitated with the governor. It was a Black Wednesday on the 17th of June for the Kogi State Government and to the people of Kogi Central as Abdulateef Suleiman, a personal assistant to the governor, died of a brief illness. In a press release by the Chief Press Secretary to the governor, Onogu Mohammed, said the deceased has been on admission at a private hospital in Abuja for the treatment of septic shock but died of cardiac arrest thereafter. He was buried according to Islamic rites in Abuja. He was aged 41, married with children. The third fidal prayer was held for him at Government House Lokoja. Prayers were also held for him at his family house in Kubwa, Abuja, the FCT.
Is the third day fidal prayer of Abdulateef Suleiman, the personal assistant to the Kogi State Governor, Yahaya Adoza Bello. After prayers were said, many had things to say about the late Abdulateef Suleiman.
He has left a legacy for himself. This is the most perfect man I've ever worked with in my life. As an Agon chairman and SSF chairman forum of SSA.
The demise of Abdulateef is a great loss to our dear state. May the Almighty Allah admit him to Al-Jannah.
The Director General Government House Administration, Uricha Shaibu, said late Abdulateef lived an exemplary life.
His death came as a very shock news to me and the entire government house. On behalf of government house administration, I want to condole His Excellency and his family members, the immediate family members of the late PA. Unfortunately, the mother stayed there, the wives and the children.
Top government officials who sympathize with the governor and the deceased family encouraged them to take solace in the legacies he left behind.
is a very energetic, young, and calm personality I've ever met in my life. I pray Almighty Allah will grant him the highest place in Jannah.
By the grace of God, I think the angels are clapping and welcome him home, because it's somebody we love so dearly, somebody the governor loves so dearly, someone that is the darling of everybody. With his, the charm he possesses as a human being and the kind of heart he had before he died, we believe very strongly that Aljanna Fidawsi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant him.
Many describe him as a humble and easygoing person.
He was an embodiment of patience and understanding. He was a team player. He could work with anybody. And in the last couple of months, he has been my mentor and idol in this place. I have lost a friend.
Latif hold me as a brother. Whatever I see him, I ask him this, Latif will do for me. I never see a man like Latif. It's a great loss to us. Allah. He has taught life to many people in this state. I can't say anything more than this.
Abdul Latif died in Abuja on 17 June after a short illness at the age 41. He was buried also in Abuja according to Islamic rites. May his soul rest in peace.
This is where we draw the curtain on today's edition of Kogi in Focus. Until I come your way same time next week, do continue to do to others what you want them to do to you. I am Khadijat Muhammad. Bye for now.